What is going on, peeps? Okay, look, man, seriously, dude, I cannot begin to stress this enough. People around the world are waking up to what's going on to gold and silver. I'm not kidding you, man. I'm reading reports from everywhere, man. It's awesome to see. It truly is awesome to see. Everybody's trying to go back to what's called honest money. And I did tell you guys there was something you could do to get free silver. I'm gonna come back to that because there's something I forgot to tell you guys about, and I'll explain here in a second. Okay, so give me a little bit of time. First and foremost, we have Pimpy's investment chat. It is the same name as the YouTube channel. In here, we do talk about gold and silver, as well as foreign currencies, cryptocurrencies as well. And in case you're not paying attention, cryptocurrencies are kicking tuchus. And I'm going to show you about that right here in just a second. All right, so we have the hidden things in front of your eyes over here. We do talk about NESARA, GESARA, current events, as well as political things, and those things that some people call conspiracy. So what's going on in the market? We already know that gold is looking good. It's sitting above 1900. Silver is now back up again, 22.98. Man, there's a part of me that keeps thinking they're going to try to find a way to knock silver back down into the teens, the high teens, $16, $17 an ounce. And gold, they're going to try to get it close to 1700 as possible. I'm just not sure they could do that. I really am not. There are people buying up gold and silver around the world. I am not even exaggerating. It's causing the powers that be to fail at their attempt to discourage people from investing into gold and silver. That's why I tell you guys, even if they find a way to drop silver down to $9 an ounce and gold down to $700 an ounce, of course, I'm obviously exaggerating. The point is, don't fall for it. Hold on to it. But man, did I not say there was going to be a cryptocurrency run in July? It took a little time to get started. And did I not tell you guys? Because look, I'm gonna put myself a little bit on the back. Here we go. I told you guys to invest in precious metals, and look at the run they've had. I told you guys, don't be shy. Go to cryptocurrencies, but the one that you should consider is Ethereum. All right, and now look at. It went from like 177 or 174 to 307 since I first started talking about it. All of the cryptocurrencies are making runs. If you look at the 52-week high, Ethereum set a new high. Cardano set a new high. Even Chainlink got up there to their new high. XLM had a new high. VeChain is getting close to their 52-week high. And then, yes, for you people who keep bugging me about Digibyte, Digibyte is getting up there as well. So this is what we're seeing happening, man. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. The millennials are starting to realize that the dollar bill is worth crap. And they're running into other so-called safe haven investments, cryptocurrencies, as well as gold and silver. The funny thing is, a lot of people investing in cryptocurrencies, especially the new millennials, are starting to realize cryptocurrencies are no different than fiat currencies. There's nothing really supporting their value other than what we're told. And they're starting to rush over to gold and silver, and it's causing a damn spike in what we're invested in. This is what we want. People need to wake up. But let's listen to some pros because it's interesting to what they have to say. As usual, this is Kitco. Let's listen to Kitco and what's going on in the silver market.
Yep, glad to be back with you.
Robinhood, it's a platform where users can trade stocks and options and contracts for free. ETFs as well. Tell us about how this is impacting the gold space. Your recent research suggests that a lot of millennials, the primary user base of Robinhood, are starting to catch on to gold and silver.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Okay, to answer the question, let me actually rewind a little bit and put something out there that might be a little controversial to the audience. But I think the Bitcoin crowd and the Bitcoin craze actually did gold bugs a huge favor. Because for decades, really, The typical gold investor understands that gold can't be printed, as now Bank of America is now saying.
Yeah.
We've known this since the 70s. We've been waiting for the demise of the dollar for all these years, knowing that they can't print forever. But we were like the lone voice out in the desert, in the wilderness. Nobody wanted to listen to that. Everything's fine. The advent of Bitcoin and the sort of sales case, the use case for Bitcoin convinced an entire generation of young people that actually there's something to be said for something that can be used as money that the governments can't print. And this has become part of the mindset. Young people today understand that there is a risk in calling something money that governments can create at will with no cost. That's completely different than anything we've seen before. So, quick aside, I would love for the gold guys who hate Bitcoin and the Bitcoin guys who hate gold to stop fighting. If they want to have an enemy, load the hate on the dollar. The dollar is the one that deserves their attention. But what I'm saying in response to your question is that obviously the Bitcoin thing, very popular with young people. The huge ramp up in 2017 caught their attention. A lot of young millionaires out there. And now along comes Robinhood that makes it cheap, free, and easy for anybody, including young people. It's an app on your phone that's just right for the younger generations to trade in other things. So all these people, they get that there's something wrong with paper money, or it's not even on paper anymore, and they get that trading can make you a lot of money, and they're looking for the next Bitcoin 2017. I've made the case for years, really, since 2017, that gold can be that, and that it should and will catch young people's attention when it starts going. And that's what my latest research shows now. It is, in fact, starting to happen. It's very exciting.
You hear what he's saying? That gold, real gold, is going to be the next Bitcoin, which is ironic because Bitcoin can never be gold. I told people that. People could tell me, Pimpy, Bitcoin's going to be the next gold. No, the hell it isn't. Because gold and silver has 6,000 years of recorded history. They are the most stable thing you can ever invest in. And know the how Bitcoin is not going to be. The fact that they're trying to tell us that gold and silver are going to be the next Bitcoin makes me want to reach up there and slap the goatee off this guy. But we'll roll with it. Listen what he has to say.
We're going to show the viewers some of these charts here that you put out. Can you walk us through these charts? Explain the magnitude of increase just on a user activity basis that really struck out to you, Lobo.
Right. So the first thing to say is this is still just starting. If you look at something like Tesla, it's got 500,000 users buying Tesla stock, individual separate investors buying Tesla stock. Obviously very, very popular. With gold, in gold stocks, it's nowhere near that much. If you look at the most obvious go-to in the space, that would be the GLD ETF. It's the first thing for anybody, doesn't want to pick a company, doesn't know much about gold, doesn't want to hold the physical stuff. They don't get that yet. The GLD is the first go-to place, and it has over 25,000 individual users on Robinhood buying it now. But the really significant thing is that this is a very vertical leap. It's gone to 25,000 from almost nothing a year ago, practically speaking. And very significantly to me, as gold has been breaking out towards its new records, right? We're now close, stone's throw from new all-time highs. And this is catching a lot of attention. It's making headlines. And you can see this in the very recent ramp up in Robinhood users. And one tiny detail, I just checked it this morning, quite interesting to me. You've seen the number of users following the price upwards. Like they're paying attention. They get it. They see it. They want in. Most recently, in the last couple days, you've seen the number of users accelerating faster than the price. That means these Robinhood users are trying to get ahead of the curve, that they see higher prices ahead and they are speculating accordingly. I think this is all very fantastic news for the gold market.
You hear what they're saying? They're saying that investors are noticing to get in now because everybody is anticipating a huge spike in both gold and silver, a huge jump in value. But look, make no doubt about it. As much as I talk about, and I show on my stock watch videos, if you're not watching my stock watch videos, you're really hurting yourself. But I'm saying, look, there is room for both. When it comes to minor stocks, gold, or precious metal stocks, they are all climbing at phenomenal rates. That's because everybody's hip to what's going on. See, back in the olden days, the rich and the elite would keep this information to themselves. Most of us didn't know about it. But thank God for today's technology, because we're able to share the information quicker. And so more people are waking up to the fact that you better be holding gold and silver. There is something coming up. And if you're not one, what did that guy say in that video? Only one out of every 1,000 people will be positioning themselves to have a great wealth transfer. The biggest transformation of wealth ever in our lifetime. So don't panic. Just keep doing what you need to do. Man, I keep finding people telling me about yard sales, collecting cans. They're doing all kinds of things to do what it takes to get gold and silver. All right, that's what I like. I love it. Trust me, nothing makes me happier than a family reaching out to me saying, hey, guess what? This is what our kids are doing. And you see the kids involved. You should be teaching them. Right now is a good time. Trust me, the silver coins look real shiny. So do the gold ones. They'll love it.
It feels like a whole 2 years since you last talked to Kitco at the end of March. Silver is having...
This is July's value. It's around $18. Don't get me wrong. I told everybody when it was around, I think, 11. All right, so look at $18 since July the 6th. Look at this. The 13th, the 20th. Look at this. Just since this same month.
...the moment, having broken decisively through $20 an ounce. Keith, tell us about this rally.
Well, you know, look, I've been watching it over the last couple of days, and you know, I have to pinch myself just to make sure I'm actually awake, because I've been
First Majestic. That's one of the stocks I said you guys should be invested in.
a bull on silver for 18 years, and you know, these rallies I've predicted many times, and the last 5 or 6 years have been pretty tough, and it's just really nice to see that finally we're getting some attention, and it's great for shareholders in the space as well.
Now, there's a lot happening, and there's obviously the production fall off due to COVID-19 suspensions. There's the industrial demand, because we see things really heating up in the green tech space, and then obviously the precious metal interest. Can you...
Real quick, did you hear what he's saying? So the reason why you're seeing coin shortages is because of the Runa. Okay, so but having said that, if miners are not out there mining the precious metals, that means when people are gobbling it up, plus industries need it for industrial purposes, it's going to create a scarcity. Do you see where I'm going with this? Think supply and demand. The less that's out there, the higher the price.
Talk about what you see in the demand picture. We'll get to the supply picture in a minute, but what are some of the major factors right now in this rally?
Well, you touched it. You know, demand is growing every year, and you know, we know that, you know, there's a pretty solid, you know, 4 to 6% increase in demand going back, you know, over a decade, and you know, and supply has been dwindling away, and then this deficit that's been building, and it's, of course, you know, some people, you know, dispute the numbers, but you know, we're members of the Silver Institute, and you know, I've been quite critical of how a lot of this data gets accumulated in the space, and quite honestly, it's all made up. You know, there's really no good data out there. You know, we know what the miners produce pretty well. We don't know what all the miners produce, but at least there's some guessing going on. But the publicly traded ones we could count. But when it comes to the demand side, you know, the big demand or the big consumers of the metal, silver, don't want to talk about what they consume, and actually they're paranoid to let you know exactly what they consume, because they're afraid that you and I and every hedge fund on the planet is going to front run them and drive the price of the metal, you know, to highs where it should actually be trading at. So, you know, there's a very secret network of players in the space that just don't allow this information to come out. You know, being in the silver space, running a First Majestic for 18 years, I know the tightness of the market. I talk to traders, I talk to the industry, I know the demands in the sector, and I know how tight the supplies are. But you know, it's only going to get worse as we go green as a human race.
Hear what he's saying? The demand for silver is only going to get worse. Actually, better for those of us who hold silver. The demand continues to increase year after year. Many of us who pay attention to gold and silver really believe eventually the gap or the ratio for silver to gold is not only going to close, but you're going to actually see silver surpass the value of gold. That's very possible because silver is second only to oil in industrial uses, and there's not a lot of it out there. Just think about that, all right? This is why I keep encouraging people to go buy silver. I was watching the International Stacker. He's pretty cool. I like his channel. I do watch him from time to time, and this because he does these cool reveals, or where he goes through and he goes to his mail, order some stuff, or he teaches a lot of people about how to get free silver. So it's really good. But he brought up something that I forgot to mention to you people that are out there coin hunting, and a lot of you are, and a ton of you are finding free silver. I told you guys go buy 50-cent rolls. This guy, an international stacker in here, said, look, the reason why he selects 50-cent rolls is because the coins are bigger, which means you get more silver and you get more bang for your buck. Okay? Not to mention the fact that the things that are missed is the 1965 through 1970 40% silver coins. I know, I'm guilty of it. I know for a fact that I've mistakenly returned several of those coins when not paying attention. But he brought something else to my attention that I forgot, and I do see these all the time. As a matter of fact, they come into my wife's business, and that is there are other silver coins past the 1970. And these are coins that you get what's called a silver mint set. All right. So what happens is people break these mint sets up and they put the coins in circulation, or you have what's called not meant for circulation coins. And when you turn them sideways, they should look like this. So what you should do when you first get all your coins is turn them sideways. If they look silver all the way through, pull those out because those are 90% silver. Okay. That's the first thing you should do. Turn it sideways just like he's doing. Look. If it was copper, you would see it like this brown halfway through. Many of you turn coins sideways. You know what I'm talking about. So if you turn it sideways, there's no copper. You have a silver coin. So don't focus on the date. I forgot to mention there are other coins out there. Normally proof coins and silver proof coins or silver mint sets. You turn them sideways. People break them all the time. That's the same with quarters. That's the same with dimes. If you're going to go coin hunting, silver hunting with coins, then when you unroll all the coins, turn them sideways and pull out all the coins that look silver all the way through and there's no copper, and you'll have a silver coin. Okay, I forgot to mention that, and that's important, man. I want to make sure that if you guys have an opportunity to go ahead and get some free silver, then I got to make sure that I'm informing you about all of it. So I've gotten like 27 PMs, and that's not exaggeration, of people out there coin hunting. So one guy went ahead and I'm not saying you guys should do this, but before he paid his mortgage and everything else, he took the money, went into the bank, and bought just a little over $2,000, because you have to tell your bank ahead of time, over $2,000 worth of 50-cent pieces. I was like, cool. He said, man, I didn't realize how long it takes to go through all the rolls. It does. It takes a little while. All right, so you go through all the rolls, and you have to make sure that you guys ask for empty, brand new 50-cent coin wrappers so that once you open up your coins, you can rewrap them, okay? So anyways, he was able to go through about $2,000 worth of 50-cent pieces, and he was saying that he got 3 out of all of those coins. I said, that happens sometimes. He goes, now having said that, he went back and bought $200 worth and got like 15 silver coins. And I laughed. I said, you want to know something crazy? That's what happens a lot. It happens like that sometimes. You could buy a ton of coins and you might get 1 or 2. But you might buy a few rolls and then get a ton of them. That's the thing about our silver hunting. But it's a lot of fun because there's this great satisfaction you get from finding free silver, and it's way more than face value. So you guys turn your coins sideways because there is silver coins after the year 1970 on your 50-cent pieces, as well as your dimes and your quarters. And the way to determine that is just turn them sideways like this. You won't see no brown or red in there because there will be no copper. All right, I just wanted to share that with you. In addition to that, some of you people are still asking me where to go to buy gold and silver, when all of you people, for the most part, I thought knew this. Okay, so Money Metals has been phenomenal. I cannot stress this enough. They have been outstanding for my subscribers, And so, just so you're aware, there is a slight delay in delivery, but don't panic for the most part. All right. So come in here and buy from them. And if you are a new person that's never bought from them before and you buy online, if you buy more than $100 worth of gold or silver or any other precious metals, where it says promo code, put in there Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will get a free ½ ounce of silver. Now, I like this if you could afford this. See these little 50-gram bars? So these things could break off. You can literally break them off. So there's 50 grams of gold bars. When I was talking about buying fractionals, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is awesome to have if you can get this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit on the costly side, but if you have to go out and start doing bartering and, you know, gold shoots up in value, these little gram bars are going to be worth hundreds of dollars. Just throwing that out there. All right, you guys, so the link for Money Metals will be in the description. And once again, if you go to Money Metals and you're new to them and you buy online and you buy more than $100 of any kind of precious metals, the promo code is Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will get a free ½ ounce of silver. But you heard what this man said, right? Nope, here. It's starting to become scarce because people around the world are waking up to it. So if you're one of those people that think, man, I'm just going to wait for it to dip down again, because I do think it might happen, although it's surprisingly not happened yet. But I think it might happen. If you're one of those people thinking you're going to buy on the dip, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. And it might cost you more money. Stop procrastinating, okay? So make sure whatever you're going to buy on Money Metals, that your initial purchase is your biggest purchase. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. So many of you are out there going like, oh, I have these extra cars. I'm selling these cars. And I'm like, dang. And hey, people are like, oh, I got houses we don't rent out. And I'm selling them. Okay, well, just wait till you get all your money and make sure you get in there and you buy right away. Okay, that's just my opinion. Right, you guys, so there is a lot going on with the gold and silver market, but it looks to me like somebody decided to join the party finally. And here is that 4-year cycle, and we're seeing cryptos take a serious run with several of these cryptocurrencies hitting their 52-week high and then some. So it's about time. And if you want to buy cryptocurrencies, there is a link in the description that you could follow. It'll take you to Coinbase and you could sign up there. Okay, everybody, it's looking really good, looking very sexy. Everything that we've been anticipating, everything that I said was going to happen so far is happening with gold and silver and cryptocurrencies, and why you should have bought into Ethereum when I told you. Don't let me say Pimpy told you so. I need a shirt that said that, Pimpy told you so. All right, you guys, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.